Hello, 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 all. Welcome to or welcome back to Rise and Inspire LA with your girl Naraya Ahava. I hope you all are doing fabulously today. And in today's video, we are going to dive into a powerful topic: how to forgive. I know, right? Sometimes you be like, they don't deserve forgiveness. I just want to be mad forever. But that's not the way to be. It's not helping you out. It's not helping them out. So let's get into a few tips on how we can practice forgiveness, right? The first step I would say is acknowledging and validating your pain. Of course, when we feel betrayed, when we feel hurt, someone has done something to hurt us or offend us, accept and validate, allow yourself to feel that, allow yourself to grieve, allow yourself to be angry and express your anger and mourn the loss. If it resulted in a loss of a friendship or relationship or, anything like that, when we feel betrayed, it hurts, so allow yourself to feel that, validate your own feelings and say, okay, it's okay, like this pissed me off, this hurt my feelings, whatever words you want to put to it, but allow yourself to feel that. There's nothing wrong with feeling that, because you can't really forgive or move on or move past it if you don't kind of allow yourself to feel what it is you're feeling, right? So don't feel bad for being angry or hurt or anything like that when you've been betrayed. I mean, it's human, right? And then I would say practice some self-reflection. You have to get to a point where you ask yourself, okay, this pissed me off, this angered me, this hurt me, but don't allow yourself to get to a place of resentment, because you have to understand how holding on to anger for a long time or holding on to resentment or bitterness is not good for your well-being. It's not good for your mental health. It's not good for your emotional health. And you just kind of have to get to a point where you're not going to be burdened down with those negative feelings. It's okay to feel it temporarily. A lot, the anger, the hurt, it may be resentment. But just kind of put a time limit on that. Don't allow yourself to live there. Don't move in and set up shop in resentment, because that's just going to affect you. And one of my favorite concepts around this is like when you're holding on to anger, when you're holding on to bitterness or resentment, it's almost like you're drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. The only thing that you're doing is affecting yourself. You're filling yourself up with all of these negative feelings and thoughts, and the other person could just be living their life, So give that a time limit, grieve it, feel what you need to feel, and then you kind of have to lift that weight off of yourself, because all it's doing is weighing you down when you hold on to all of those negative emotions, right? And also, I would suggest cultivate some empathy. The ability to kind of put yourself in the other person's shoes and attempt, and this doesn't make it right, this doesn't give them a pass, but just try to understand things from the other person's perspective and recognize and accept that we all make mistakes, ourselves included. And a lot of times, someone's actions is a reflection of their own pain and their own struggles. In many, many cases, it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with the person that was offended, the person that was kind of the collateral damage in the situation. Like, hurt people. It's very true. And a lot of people walk around these days in just a broken state. And a lot of times, they don't even acknowledge it, or work on it. And they just go about living their life and just leaving damage in their path and in their wake. And a lot of times it's just people hurt people, and whatever is going on within them, yes, it can manifest in a way where they do something that offends you or hurts you, but a lot of times it's not to be taken personally. And I know that's hard in the moment where you're like, okay, it was done to me, how can I not take it personally? But it could have been anybody, anyone that was in that place at that moment or in their life at that time. If someone has not done their own healing, which is not what we're about on this channel. We are about healing. We are about being whole and complete. But a lot of people don't go by that mantra. They just kind of, just ignore their issues. And, that results in sometimes other people getting hurt. So try to not take it personally. Try to practice some empathy and realize that their brokenness and their lack of healing is the problem. Okay? Also, seek support from others. It can be very valuable if you just reach out to a trusted friend or a family member, because sometimes, we do need to vent. sometimes we just go through things, and even when if we have the understanding that, okay, I'm working through this, I'm healing from this, I'm going to get through this, but sometimes, damn it, we just be mad and we just need to vent, we just need to talk about it. So you should have someone in your life, someone in your circle that you can talk to, that you can cry on their shoulder, literally or metaphorically, and just get some things out of you and maybe hear their perspective on it and just get some reassurance. Because a lot of times, especially if our heart is involved, a lot of times we know what to do. And sometimes we just kind of need to hear it from someone that we know loves us and cares about us, and that can kind of help us, give us that final nudge to, just let it go and just keep pushing forward. So make sure you have someone that you can trust, that you can call on when you're having a moment where you just need some support, And also, practicing self-compassion is essential for forgiveness. It could have been something that maybe you did that kind of resulted in the hurt or of whatever happened, that you need to practice forgiveness. And just in general, we have to practice forgiveness for ourselves. A lot of times, if it's someone outside of ourselves that we love and we really care about and we want this person to be around, if it's like a family member or a longtime friend or someone we're in a relationship with, we tend to want to forgive because we want that person around and we value them. But you can't value anyone more than you value yourself. So accept that you're human, accept that you make mistakes just like others make mistakes, and just practice that compassion for yourself. Embrace your own imperfections, be aware of your opportunities for growth, and just be mindful with that. And, as you move through life and as you have different challenges and things that come about, just embrace them and just allow yourself that space and that compassion to help you kind of heal and let go of certain things that aren't serving you so that you can ultimately forgive. And focus on the personal growth. Instead of challenging your energy to anger and resentment and you're pissed off and you're so hurt, channel that towards exploring new ways to strengthen your boundaries, develop healthier relationships, and cultivate self-love. Because that's something that we tend to do a lot of times too, is when we get really close to someone or when we're really invested in a situation, we let things cross our boundaries. Or we do things that in hindsight we're like, I shouldn't have done that, or I shouldn't have allowed that to happen, I knew better. And that's also where the self-compassion comes in as well, because you kind of got to realize like, okay, you know better, you do better, you don't want to keep making the same mistakes multiple times. So once the lesson is learned, take it, put it in your back pocket, and use that as part of your personal growth, and put that as another tool in your toolbox for if a similar situation arises in the future, you know what to do and you'll handle it in a way that won't result in you being angry or hurt or like you were the first time around. Just take it and learn from it. And lastly, I would say express and embrace gratitude. A lot of times it's so easy to think of and meditate on everything that's going wrong, all of the bad stuff. Whereas your life as you're living it right now, there's someone that would die to be in your shoes. If you had a roof over your head when you woke up this morning, be grateful. If you have clothes on your back, be grateful. If you know where your meals are coming from today, be grateful. If you have a vehicle to get you to and fro, be grateful. If you have at least one good friend, someone that you can trust, someone you can call on, be grateful. So just embrace your resiliency and embrace every little thing that is going right. Because believe it or not, there's things that you probably prayed for that you're living right now. And sometimes we just kind of get in just kind of a going through the motions, a day to day, and we just kind of take advantage of, the little things and the things that we should be appreciative for. So when you're trying to practice forgiveness, I would say embrace gratitude. It helps you to foster kind of a positive mindset, and it allows you to just kind of open your heart, forgive, and let it go. Okay? And it is a powerful act, and it can kind of liberate us from the shackles of resentment and pain and just being in the grief process about something. But if you acknowledge your emotions, if you're practicing your self-care and your empathy and just embracing your gratitude and all of these things, that can easily kind of help you fast track on the way to forgiveness, moving past something, and healing. Okay, I hope this content was helpful. Do me a favor and hit that subscribe button along with the bell notification so that you will never miss a video. And also, if you have a friend or a family member that could definitely benefit from this message, please share it. And until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, stay healed, and I'll see you next time.